Hi everyone, it's Terry here sharing another process video for Peartree Cutfiles. Today I'm using this church window that I've cut out of black cardstock. So I have removed one of the lines so that I get a thicker outer edge to my window. Now I specifically asked Marie if she could design me a church window because I've got so many different ideas for it. And for this layout I'm using that photo on the right of a Banksy painting as my inspiration for this. So I'm just adding some distress oxides in kind of rainbow type colours to the background. Just using some blending brushes, and you'll see where they overlap they create their own colours as well. So you get lots of different tones on the background just by using a few different colours of distress oxides. So that photo of the Banksy artwork is going to go on the layout with a couple of other photos. I'm just spritzing with water to add a bit of texture to that background, and then I'm going to try and create a similar effect to what the picture is, and it's got like black drips down it. So mine are going to be bolder because this is obviously Banksy's picture is a lot bigger than mine. But I'm just using some liquid acrylic paint in a really dark black. It's got a very high pigment in it, so it looks really stark, the black. And I'm just adding drips to my layout, to my piece of cardstock. I'm using a mixed media cardstock so that it can take a lot of work. I'm just holding the piece of cardstock up at kind of a more vertical angle, and then just adding more paint and water to get it to drip down. And what I am gonna, it's quite messy looking now, but you'll see when you put the when you put it over the top, the Cutfile, that it really kind of like tones it down a little bit. It looks a bit crazy at the moment. So I'm just going to use the Vicky Boutin Colour Study collection with this layout. I've got some of that left over, so I'm going to back the photos on some of the patterned paper and pull out some of the ephemera for this layout. So I've just trimmed those photo mats down, and then I'm just going to distress the edges. So these photos are from an art gallery in Barcelona that had got some Banksy works. So they've got quite a few different ones, but I've just got photos of two of them, and I'm with the girl with the balloon, and then they've got a quote as well, so I took a photo of that. So I'm just going to start creating my layout, and I want to use this strip of ripped patterned paper, and then I'm going to add some Diane Reevely Dilutions washi tape in kind of it's a black with a white doodled floral on it, and I just thought that kind of pulled in the black that I'm using on this layout. So I've just adhered that direct to the layout, and then I'm just tucking the excess over. I find that just stops it peeling away too much, particularly when you're using long strips, otherwise you have to add excess adhesive. So now that black paint's dry, I'll cut it out and stick it behind my church window Cutfile. And before I do that, I'm just playing around with some rough composition ideas. And now I've cut it out and glued it down. That is my Banksy style church window. That's going to be kind of the main feature of my layout. So because I'm using multiple photos, I've clustered them together, and I'm just adding them to the right hand side, and then pulling in some of that ephemera. And I thought I really liked this quote that said "colour outside the lines," because I thought that's quite Banksy-esque, because he's a bit maverick and does what he wants, wherever he wants. So yeah. I've not left a huge amount of room for a title, but what I do decide to do is pull out some of these tiny word stickers, letter stickers, sorry, from Paige Evans with American Crafts, and because I love the colours and I think they match really well to the colours I've used on that Cutfile background. So I'm going to just add the word Banksy there, and then I'm going to use one of the Peartree bits from this month's release, which says Discover, so it's one of the words. So the title is going to be Discover Banksy, because I didn't want to use a large title that will then detract from that cut file. So I'm just using some of these vellum kind of pie chart type colour chart circles that I cut out from the speciality paper that they've been sat in my stash for a while, so I'm just adding them in because I wanted to bring in some more colour. And I've kind of gone for a bit of a diagonal design from the bottom left to the kind of top right of my photos, and then I'm just adding some paint splats in and around that area of embellishment. Not worrying too much that I'm going over that cut file. And then I just add a few sequins in different colours here and there, and a few dots of Nouveau drops just to finish off this layout. I don't want to add too much more, otherwise it will start to detract from that cut file background and it'll feel really busy. I'm just adding a little bit of glitter just to give it a bit of bling. And now it's nearly finished. I feel like it's just missing something. So what I do is I've glued one of the vellum circles onto white cardstock so that it's a bit bolder. I'm going to put it in that bottom right hand corner over the photo, just to kind of go there, because I feel like there's a gap there that I just don't like. It just doesn't sit right with my eye. And final touches, I just added the acrylic word Discover. I love that beautiful font, and now I'm pulling in some of these tiny little hearts from the same release, and I love these colours. They're just some of my favourite ones all there. Just gluing them down with some glossy accents, and this is my layout complete. Here's some close-up shots. Thank you for joining me on YouTube today. Don't forget to check out the description below for links to what I've used, and hit subscribe if you've enjoyed watching it. Bye for now.